Hi.
Hi there.
Are
How are you
you?
feeling?
It's a feeling.
It's a
Uh,
feeling,
what?
definitely.
I think it says Lestat says. Oh, that. Sorry, my stand just dropped down there. Okay, that looks a lot better actually. Uh, why do I have to feel is very relevant.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So yeah, okay, let's get into it. Hey, I'm Ray Gore. She/her pronouns. And this is my co-host.
I am Ross. I'm the admin for the Vampire Chronicles _ fan page. I use he, him pronouns, and I am not well. I am unwell, actually.
We're all well. So before we get started, we want to remind everybody that these are fictional characters and fictional stories. However, the people that work on them are very real, and we should treat them as we would want to be treated. So, as well as everybody in the chat. So let's just try to be friends. Please don't say anything that would be hurtful to others. And okay, so now we have that out of the way. Our tradition of saying our
Yeah.
ratings, which everybody say, put your rating 1 out of 10 of the episode in the chat. Okay. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 8.
Oh!
Oh no!
We
That's
matched
twice.
again.
That's twice. That's twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like I'm
We're
so
getting the
fascinated.
vibe.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. Okay. So I almost like want to go straight into what we usually do is our beautiful and our
Yeah.
unwells and
Hmm.
then the tall Moscow files, but I almost feel like I want to go backwards because
Okay. That's
be,
fine to me.
are you sure you want to do
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have like no reference. Usually we have some kind of reference on where the story is going to go with every episode that has come out for interview and Lestat. This is the first time, nothing.
Clueless. Yeah.
Completely clueless. I have no
Mhm.
idea.
Like that that guy with the hat. Who the hell is that in the teaser?
Oh, is
Like
Arturo involved?
my inner self is screaming like David Talbot, but I know it's not gonna
No.
be him. But who the hell is that? And did you see that person that they're taking like out of some room? It looks like
Yes.
Regina.
I know. I've seen people say they think it's Regina. I
Yep.
don't know. I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna go. I
And
think
is this concert going to be only for vampires? Is that is what I got from this episode? Like,
it sounds like that it's kind of an understood thing that because he got so popular with vampires that it's basically only vampires, but it was like I don't know if that was planned. It just kind of ended up that way. But
okay,
that's what it sounded like to me is that which I think that's cool that they still have a reason for them to be like don't do this concert,
yeah,
which was one of my beautifuls was that I'm glad that they're sticking to the plot of Louis being like Lestat, please don't do this.
don't do this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, please don't do
It,
this.
it's actually insane because it's a bigger reason for Lestat to not do the concert because in the
Yeah,
book it's like there are a few vampires there, but there are a lot of humans too, and vampires wouldn't like start this massive apocalypse between all of those humans. But now, if it's only going to be vampires, that's gonna be chaotic as fuck.
yeah. So dear Deb Larry says I'm confused as to how the concert is still supposed to happen. Yeah, how is it gonna still happen? How are we gonna get to Queen of the Damned? I mean, like, is Akasha just gonna kidnap his head, or like, how is this gonna happen?
I mean, Dr. Farid needs to come into the picture. He did
Yeah,
mention previously that there were like some studies about beheading vampires and how long they
hmm
can survive without their
yeah.
heads on. So I guess he's going to reattach those pretty little heads on those pretty little bodies.
I
But I don't
think
know. This is, I mean, I was shocked at the beheading, but I was not like confused or sad
no.
because we know they're going to be
They're gonna be
back.
fine. They're gonna be
Yeah,
fine, guys. Yeah,
like
they're gonna
they're
be
not
fine.
going
They're
to
not
kill
dead.
Louis and Lestat. We are
Yeah,
listening to Lestat in the future. We saw Louis at the auction. Like
yeah,
they're gonna be fine. That's why
they're
I'm
gonna
like,
be fine.
okay,
This
it's
happens to
shocking, but
vampires.
it's shocking, but it's
Yeah.
like, okay, they're gonna be
And they
back.
and they foreshadow they've been foreshadowing Lestat being beheaded
Yeah.
throughout the entire season, but it
Hmm.
was just a shock as to how it happened. And
And the
so that
moment it happened.
yeah, and that had also happened to Louis. I wasn't expecting it
Yeah.
to also happen to Louis, and I wasn't expecting freaking Devil's Minion to be the one to doing it out of all people. I was
Like this
like,
is an insane new fandom lore. Like Devil's Minion versus Lestat. What the hell?
I never, I love that, but I'm just confused. Like it kind of feels like this is both in my this is unwell, beautiful, and Talamasca files for me. Is everything that's
Yeah.
going on with Devil's Minion is like a beautiful, unwell, and Talamasca files soup. Because I'm just like, I don't understand what Daniel I don't understand what Daniel's doing. I understand why Armand wants to do it. He's made it very clear what his
Yeah,
goal is.
but Armand is like in the book. I know it's different in the show, but in the book, Armand was concerned for Lestat, just as Louis was
Hmm.
concerned. Armand went to the concert because he was trying to protect Lestat in some way, and he's like, you know what? Let's get the problem with the root. Let's behead Lestat. Like,
Yeah. Um,
why?
I don't think Armand's goal was to kill Lestat. I think it was to
Okay,
stop him. Yeah, I think
the
it I
concert.
because if we do want to refer the books, we can refer to Frank and Claudia, where he combines Claudia and Madeline's body, head and body.
I
But
fear for Regina.
yeah, but no, but I think he's gonna do that instead with Louis and Lestat.
Ooh, like
And
swap their bodies and heads.
yeah, that would be wild.
Wow. Oh my god.
Yeah, and so I think that I need to figure out how to say your name, Diabliri. I think they are still both concerned and trying to put a pause on what. Yeah, that's what I think. I think that I don't think Armand's goal was to kill Lestat because look, come on, he loves Lestat too much to be able
Yeah.
to do that. But I think that their goal was to put a pause on the concert to keep it from happening. So that's why you see those like timers in the preview, and you
Yeah.
see Alex because they're timing to see to make sure that they can still be reattached. So that's what I think. I think that they're gonna. I think Armand wants to punish Lestat before killing him.
No, absolutely. I mean, he
Yeah.
he already punished him big. Like that porn revenge video they dropped was
Oh
absolutely
my God, that was
atrocious.
crazy. That
No,
was
it was.
oh
I felt so sorry for Lestat. Really, this guy never gets a break. Never. Like, but I mean, that also happened to him for messing up with Armand. Like, if
yeah,
Lestat hadn't do that big boss stuff at the concert, our mom probably wouldn't have done that. Like, I'm
yeah,
not victim blaming Lestat. I'm not. I mean, I'm not
yeah.
insinuating that. But like, you don't mess with Armand, dude. You go
No, he
down,
knew.
Armand goes to hell. Like,
Yeah, no. Lestat knew that Armand was going to get him back in some way, and I think he
yeah,
revels in that. I think he explained that in the episode when he was talking to Louis on the bench. He's like, "Why do I set myself up for failure?" And yeah, I think you're right that like I think he did it on purpose because he did want to get a rise out of Armand. He's just very self-destructive. um so Becky Sheriff,
hello, baby.
I felt like Armand decapitating I'm gonna say Lustat is in character but not for Daniel. Yeah, I felt the same way. At least I could never predict picture book Daniel doing that. I couldn't either.
The
that
thing is,
was that
Book
was pretty
Daniel
wild.
doesn't do anything relevant. So
No,
there
he
isn't
doesn't.
much we can tell about Book
He, they
Daniel.
just they just run around the concert together holding hands, and it's super
Yeah,
cute.
like after Daniel is a vampire, he's pretty useless. So there's not much we can say about
Yeah,
um, Book Daniel stuff.
yeah, yeah. I don't. Daniel was really confusing me because I'm like, Okay, how good was Armand's D to like be like, yeah, we can go in the sun together. Okay, I'm yours forever. Like what? What?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
no, what?
practically all the Devil's Minion stuff are happening off screen, and I'm like,
Yes. No.
why?
No, no, no. I won't accept this. I won't accept an off-screen romance. That is BS.
No,
I
yeah. Here,
no.
regarding what Blood, Books, and Babble are saying, like, yeah, I was not victim blaming Lestat with the diss track and the revenge porn. Like, no. What I was trying to say is that Lestat messed up with Armand, and Armand is the devil incarnate. So it's like something was going to happen.
Something
Yeah,
was going to happen. Yeah, like
yeah,
I said,
unfortunately.
I feel maybe I don't think Lestat expect him to go that far, but I think Lestat did expect Armand to do something
Something.
because he's like I said, Lestat is self destructive. He likes to get a rise out of people, and I
Especially
think
so publicly because that shit is now everywhere. That's why Lestat was mentioning at the beginning of the season, like, I know you already know about this, everybody talks about it, like he knows, everyone knows
Mhm.
about him and Gabriela. And it's so heartbreaking because the relationship is a lot much messed up than it is in the books. In the books it's not really that deep between them.
Yeah, dear to I'm gonna get this right. Dear Daya Bleary, the thinks that Daniel is not back in love with Armand yet, and that they are just allies. That is a good point. They might just be allies, but I don't
Yeah,
know why. But I don't know why Daniel would be doing this, other than being like, okay, my love of my life, I will do whatever you say. I
I
mean, that's
mean,
the only reason I can
Daniel
think.
was pretty pissed at Lestat because Lestat kind of ruined his whole documentary thing. Like
Mm.
when Lestat was breaking down in front of Daniel, and Daniel was all excited because of it, and then it was all a lie, and the documentary is pretty much a failure too. So I think Daniel has a reason to be mad at Lestat at least. Maybe not at Louis, but he does have a reason to be mad at Lestat.
He has a reason to be mad. I guess we haven't seen him really bring out his vampiric nature yet because he's been a uh, very human vampire. He has. So I think maybe it was time for us to see him doing something like really messed up.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if him and Armand are together or not. It kind of seemed like when he said that I'm seeing someone, and you know, it kind of is like a little like maybe they have something more going on, but
Like I would love if they're like hate fucking each other. Like
as long as
that
they
would be,
show it, as long
yeah,
as they show it,
that would be a
well,
good start for Devil's Minion. I don't know.
no, I'm really they've got one more episode to like fix a lot of stuff when it comes to my precious little ships. Um, so do we want to talk? We're like going backwards. This is interesting.
Yeah.
But do we want to talk about Claudia yet?
Yes, we need to address the elephant in the room. I mean,
Okay, yeah,
that that was
that was
insane,
insane. I loved it.
insane.
That was one of my beautifuls. Is
Yeah, I loved it too. I
I think.
actually, I actually wonder because in the books it's pretty ambiguous if it was really Claudia or not. I mean, Mary
Yeah.
says that sometimes evil spirits come to like mess up with people. And when Claudia first possesses Merrick, she like talks to Lestat, but she addresses Lestat as Daddy Lou. And like anything is coincidental in the show, everything has an
Mm,
intention. So why was Claudia like kind of confused as to who was who? Like Claudia, of course, know who is Lestat and who is Louis. So I'm like, everything she said felt genuine and real, but I think they also put there like
oh,
the seed for the ambiguity if it was
that's a
really
good.
Claudia or not.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about the her getting confused because I thought it was just because she's a spirit that she's only seeing people's souls, and so that's
Okay,
kind of how I read that scene. But that's a good theory
but
too.
I mean,
Is that
Lestat and Louis's souls are nothing alike. She I don't use that either. So.
I don't know. She just sees these two guys and she's like, "Oh God, these assholes. I don't want to deal with." Becky says, "I was so glad that they did the Merrick thing. I am too. You know how long I've been making videos about wanting to see Merrick. I've been waiting for them to get to this show. So I'm glad we finally got it. Yeah, yeah. I love the actress that they got for Merrick. She's
She's
so
perfect.
good. She's
Yeah, I
perfect.
hope they show more of Merrick in the
Hmm.
future because we got like a brief section of the book of Merrick. That book is it's not too long, but it does cover the whole life of Merrick, and she's such an interesting character and her connection with the Talamasca and all of that. So I hope they explore more of her in the future. And I actually
Yeah.
have a theory regarding her and Claudia. I don't know if you want to hear it.
Oh, okay. Yes. Let's do Tom Oscar Files.
You know, in Blackwood Farm, Merrick is the one that helps Goblin, right? Goblin is the name
Hmm.
of
The
Queen's twins. Yeah,
Yes.
she helps Goblin to like move on to the afterlife because he was like stuck in the here in the
Yeah.
spirit world. What
Yeah.
if they do something like that but with Claudia? Because now that Lestat and Louis know that Claudia is stuck, that she isn't with Madeleine, that she is suffering in the afterlife, I don't think they can just keep living as if nothing had happened. They have to do
Oh,
something for their daughter. So what if Merrick does something similar, like what she did
okay.
with Goblin with Claudia, like she helps Claudia to move on or something like
Okay.
that?
Okay, we have two different theories. So you have a
Okay.
theory that she's gonna do something similar with Goblin, and I think she put him in a like he becomes a baby and some. It was like a
Yeah,
really crazy scene and stuff. So my theory was that this was how finding out that Claudia is in hell, which by the way, hell exists.
but is she really
So
in hell? Like I thought
that's
she
what
was like more on like some sort of purgatory thing. Like she's stuck. She's not
well,
on one
either
side or
way.
the other.
Either
Yeah,
way, either way, that segues into Memnock the Devil. I
yeah,
think because
probably.
she's not a big player in it, but she is mentioned in Memnock because when Lestat goes there, he sees Nikki and Claudia, and so it's very brief. But I think that it can be a way for if they want to go to Memnock the Devil that they can make a story for her on how they can get her reunited with Madeline. Because if they want to keep Delaney and Claudia's story, how are they going to do that?
Yeah,
Because
they
this is
need to
kind
bring
of
back.
it. So
They need
that
to bring back her ghost and all of that.
yeah, so they have to bring back her ghost and like she is a player in Tale of the Body Thief though.
Yeah,
So
Dream
her
Dia,
go
as Sam
her
Reed calls her.
yeah
Dream Dia.
yeah yeah so her ghost being like free, I think can she we can have Delaney and Tale of the Body Thief, and then if they want to do Memnock the Devil, then maybe that can be their way to like close Claudia's story to bring her with Madeline is by I don't know doing something with Memnock because I can't see EMC being like we're gonna do the whole Dante's Inferno of Anne Rice's brain.
That would
I
be
can't
sick.
really. That
For
would
a
be
movie,
sick.
for a movie, it would be sick. Like it
It
would be
would.
cool having a movie about exploring the beginning of everything. And I always love the way Anne Rice makes like the creationist and the evolutionist theories together in that
Hmm.
book. It's so
Yeah.
interesting. So a movie about McNaught would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And a way to close Claudia's story so that
Mhm.
but also be able to keep Delaney that long. Because like I said, there's nothing else she can really do. So
Yeah.
I think so I know a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, she can't even have a rest, but I'm like, haha, rest. I did it again. I did it again. But I was like, she can't even like be at peace, and then I'm like, it's because they want to keep her. I
Yeah.
promise you, that's the reason that they're doing this is so they can keep having Delaney in the show. Because why
This
would they
person
not? She's
here.
amazing.
Yeah, this person here, Barb X Riri, says that we need Victor and Rose first. But no, I actually disagree. I think we need to close the Claudia arc before we move
Yeah,
to
uh,
Victor and Rose.
yeah, I agree. Also, I'm not a really big fan of them, to be honest. I like
I do.
Victor.
I
And I
do
like
like
Rose.
Rose because I feel Rose is some sort of redemption for Louis and Lestat. Not for Claudia, of
Hmm.
course. She will never get justice. But at
Yeah.
least for Louis and Lestat to try again and try to be, better mentors and to have their domestic life. I think the relationship with Victor and Rose is pretty sweet. So it will
Um,
be cool to see that in the show.
yeah. Bookskers and Purse says greedily, I'd like Merrick to have her own show in conjunction with Blackboard Farms. I agree. I hope
Absolutely.
if Merrick got her own like mini series, I really hope it's not related to the Mayfair Witches production team. I'm sorry. Like she needs some good writers, and for her to be, see, yeah, I'm greedy too. I also want a Blackwood Farm miniseries because it doesn't really fit with the rest of the vampire's stories because
Mhm.
it's his own little side story. So I think it would be really cool as a miniseries, but I think we gotta like
The thing is,
we,
I think we all need to lower our expectation because after
yeah, that's what I was
after
gonna
this
say.
season, yeah, after this season, like they barely cover, like I don't think even half of the Vampire Lestat book. They cover so
Yeah.
little of the book that I'm just like, I think it's going to be like that moving on because it's going to be like some stuff from the books, but
Uh-huh.
everything new and exciting is going to be like something original for the show. So
Yeah.
my expectations are not really that high. I would like
I
to, but
yeah. I might I don't know. It's really weird because it's like it's like they did these budget cuts. It was rumored that there was going to be 10
okay. 10
episodes.
episodes.
But I mean, I believe it because of all the budget cuts. And but then they're like, "Oh, we're still going to expand the universe." I'm like, "How are you going to expand the universe when you have no money, dude?" Like but I've seen other people say that they think that season 4 is going to be a continuation of the Vampire Lestat rather than going into Queen of the Damned. But I'm like, how is that going to work?
Yeah,
Like
they
they already,
already covered everything they will going to cover in the Vampire Lestat. Like, are they going to revisit everything again? That wouldn't make sense.
yeah,
I don't know.
uh, yeah. I don't know. I don't think that would really work. I mean, with Queen of the Damned and the Vampire Lestat, they are like sister books where it's like you can't read the Vampire Lestat and be like, well, I'm done now. I don't need to read Queen of the Damned. It's like, no, I need to, like, no, I need to know what happens. Like,
Yeah,
are
yeah.
you like what the heck is going on? Um,
I'm actually concerned because I feel that Akasha's story and the twin story is going to be all off screen. Like they're just going to tell what happened, but they're not going to show what happened because the setting for those stories are pretty difficult. I mean, it's ancient Egypt, ancient Kemet, and
mhm.
Palestine in the back all day. So I don't know if they're going to have the budget to cover those stories.
Oh gosh, yeah. And even if they did, like, they were der- they were definitely limited on sets for the season. I know they did everything they
It's
could to
insane
make it
because in
look.
season 2 they were in Prague, in Paris, and in New Orleans, and then for season 3 they were just stuck in Canada. Why was
You,
that? It's so
I,
insane.
you know what it kind of feels like is that I feel like we're getting the classic AMC Walking Dead treatment of like we're gonna go crazy and beyond, insanely fantastic production in the first few seasons, and then we're just gonna like, now that we've gotten our fan base, and that's what it feels like. And I kind of figured that this was gonna happen, to be honest.
The thing
Yeah.
is, I was expecting this to happen in like after season 5 because every show tends to gets bad after like season 5 or 6. But I wasn't expected to be this soon. Like I wasn't expecting season 3 to feel so disappointing. And
Yeah.
we got off
Yeah.
topic, but yeah,
Yeah, no. We need to go back to some beautifuls so we don't talk about
yeah.
how sad we are. Oh, okay.
Lustat,
Let's talk. Yeah, they
Lustat,
were so
yeah.
cute.
Oh my god.
Before things got bad, they were so cute, and I really liked seeing them as friends. I think that was. That
Yeah,
was
because
necessary.
they started as friends before they were lovers. They were friends in New Orleans, so it was
Hmm.
nice seeing them like being old friends again, and
Hmm.
they were
And
so.
then yeah, and before Louis found out about Sophia, that like they were both cool with like the fact that they're with other people. Like, oh, let me.
Sophia was not cool with that. I mean, Louis was cool with Lestat and Sophia, but Gabriela was
I
jealous of
want to
Louis.
talk about, yeah, I want to talk about that. I thought that interaction was actually pretty interesting because at first she didn't really see him as a threat. Like it seemed like when they were talking. And then I don't know, it was like I can't read her because she was like, you shouldn't go to the concert because Lestat doesn't want to see you hurt. And I'm like, what is your
Uh,
game here?
that was bullshit. She was just trying
Yeah.
to get rid of Louis. Like she doesn't care
Yeah.
about Louis. I don't think she cares about Louis at all. And it was so
Yeah.
satisfying seeing her jealous while Lestat was saying to Louis, like, "Girl, you don't matter here. When Louis is
Yeah. You
around,
don't.
you don't
Yeah.
exist." Sorry.
We we need the next episode for her to just be out of the picture, man. Like like just do your thing. Like your whole Gabriella, your whole thing is that you keep leaving. So just leave. That's your whole thing.
Since
I
she's
don't
like
understand
this,
why you don't do it.
yeah, I since she's like this big great conversion leader and all of that, I hope that Akasha kills her. I don't care about her anymore. I just hope she
No,
just I don't
I
need
feel
any more of her.
nothing for her.
I love
Yeah.
Jennifer. I think Jennifer is a splendid actor,
Yeah.
but I don't like the character at all.
No, she and I noticed that she's not going to be at San Diego Comic Con, and none of the other girls are either. I'm a little upset about that actually.
Yeah,
Um, I was like, I was really expecting Sheila to be there because Queen of the Damned. And then I was expecting Delaney to be there. And yeah, none of the girls are going to be there.
the
So
lady's not gonna be either there either.
I
Oh my
think
god,
she's at a different panel for a different show.
the
Um,
one of the Carrie show
I think so.
because she worked for that Carrie show for of Prime Video, and I think it's dropping very soon. So maybe she will be busy with that.
Yeah, so I think so. Delaney's gonna be at that, and then yeah, but yeah, no Sheila, and I'm like, I'm kind of upset about that. So it's like
Yeah,
very few people. So Hall H is like the big place at Comic Con, like that is the place, and
hmm
like it's really weird that there's such a small amount of the cast and crew who are going to be there,
yeah.
and no Daniel
That's what.
Hart.
Sorry.
No Daniel Hart. No, like
Yeah, insane.
no.
Like the big ones in this season aren't going to be there. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I mean, I had hopes for Sam Reed to do like the thing I told you in our chat. Like, Sam is not going to be there. Lestat is going to be there, but then you told me that he's probably scheduled for already. So I'm like, oh, I wanted Lestat to enter on stage. Like, hello,
No.
babe. It's not gonna happen.
He's doing his play. He's doing his play. That is, I'm sorry. I do not get your hopes up, but I think he will have something recorded to show, but I don't know. That's not happening. I really uh okay, we're getting off topic with Comic Con.
Again.
Actually I did want to talk about the posters that are coming up with like the green versus pink thing again
Yeah.
because I think we need to throw it all out. I think it doesn't make sense anymore. I think it's just a marketing thing and they just think it's fun. I yeah, so I'm sorry I caused a,
If it's something
a
like
ripple
random,
effect
why was Akasha's red? Like that was pretty big.
because marketing, they want to mess with us. They want to get us talking.
I mean, Marius just could have been red because red is all Marius, but Marius was pink and Akasha was red. So it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, they're trying they're just playing with us at this point.
I think yeah, well, because in the posters at Comic Con, Lestat is both green and pink, so I'm like, okay, this doesn't make sense anymore. So we should just forget about that. I'm sorry, I caused a ripple effect with my videos. Um, okay, I don't know what we were talking about before, but
Look,
yeah, the
look,
loose top banter. Oh my gosh. And then Lestat's panic attack. That
That was
was so
insane.
good. That was so
Insane.
that was
Oh
so
my God.
good. And
And I
like
felt it was like heartwarming and heart crushing as well because Louis realizes in that moment that Lestat is not doing that stuff with his mom for funsies. That Lestat is actually hurt by that relationship, and Louis
mhm.
changes his the way he was talking to Lestat so quickly. Like he realizes Lestat needed him, and it was so sad
It
and
was
romantic at the same time.
it really was, and I think it showed growth for the both of them really because Lestat didn't try to like I don't know. He didn't try to do something crazy like I'm gonna go find some lady to cheat on you with, or I'm gonna go like do this. Like he actually expressed himself, and and then Louis didn't run away. Well, I mean, he did at first, but he finally was like he didn't leave, and he also didn't do it for himself. He did something for somebody else. Like so the opposite of what he did with Regina and Bruce, like he did the opposite of that. And so it was like big growth moment for the both of them. And yeah, like I think Lestat realizing like this, like okay, maybe this is somebody who won't leave me again. He did it
Oh
one
my
time.
God.
He left him one time, guys. He gets a second chance. You only get him once.
Oh my
No,
God.
I think their relationship, even though they've been apart for a lot of episodes, they've been kind of going through the same thing, but in very different ways. Like Louis' really messed up relationship with Claudia, I think is very parallel to Lestat's
Mhm.
very messed up relationship with Gabriella.
Yeah.
Even though they're very different in how it's approached, I think that both of those things like brought them together to realize that like we are so messed up and we need each other so
Yeah.
badly.
They need to work on
Oh,
themselves. I
yeah. I
mean,
don't know.
season 5 of Interview with the Vampire, after they defeat Akasha and Lestat is crowned frees Lestat, therapy with the vampire. Like, they all
Yeah.
need some work to do.
That like yeah, they need each other really badly. And like I don't know about you, but my heart was beating so fast when they were on the bench together before the beheading thing because you want to know why though? It was because they were talking about running away. And I'm like, no,
Stop
Diana,
talking!
Hanagram, our flag means death. Good omens. I'm like, no.
Absolutely. That is not a good omen at all. Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
I can list all of like the doomed Yowie, like every time where they're like, let's run away together. And I'm like, and then so they start talking about it. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
We've completed the tradition. Good
It's a
job,
full
Lestat.
circle. Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Lestat. It's a canon event.
All
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah. I really wish they would have been able to smooch and then got their heads cut off though, because that would have been so romantic. Can you
There was a
imagine?
part where Lestat almost went in for a kiss.
I
And when
saw.
they were, yeah, when they were in the bar, like they were looking at each other, and Lestat
Mhm.
moved slightly forward, but then Louis like turned away, and Lestat was like, "Okay, no, it's not going to happen." But he was waiting for that kiss to happen. My poor boy.
He was so cute in this episode. It was like he's like looked like a little boy. He was
He's
so
so
excited to
patient with Louis because you can tell he wants to eat Louis's face, but he was like, "Okay, I'm
yeah.
going to give it the time and the decision and the movement, to do what we want to do."
What? Barbrick says, I'm upset we didn't see Louis and Lestat wearing each clothes in the hotel during that lawyer scene from the leak. I
Yeah,
have
I
no
remember.
idea.
When there were like set photos going around, we saw Sam wearing a shirt that Jacob was wearing first. So everyone was like, "Oh my God, Lestat is wearing Louis's shirt. That means they spend the night together and all of that." But I guess it was something random. Like I don't know.
Oh no. He's
Yeah.
wearing wait, he's wearing Louis' shirt. Maybe that's not for this episode, but for the next episode.
Oh, the thing you
Oh
said.
yeah.
Shit.
Oh
Oh my God.
no. Oh no. Maybe that's why they
Damn.
switched clothes, because they're in each other's bodies. Oh god. Oh no. Why would you say
Wow.
something, Barbara? Why would you say that? Uh that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to talk about, so it's beautiful, but it's also kind of unwell for me. Not in a like a super unwell, but I think I'm gonna be the only one to say I thought Brutal Love was just okay.
Really?
The scene,
Like,
not the song. The
okay.
scene. I love the song, but I wanted more. Like I wanted there to be a crazy, like, when the rapture thing with like Armand and
Yeah.
Daniel, or like when Lestat goes flying with and then shows him the book. I would have liked it. There was like some kind of montage thing of like where all of a sudden everything disappears and they're in New Orleans or they're in the
Yeah.
Royale or so, or
That would have
like,
been cool. Because
yeah,
we didn't
something.
get any interview with the vampire flashbacks in this episode. I was expecting that. And it would have
I
been with that
know.
song. Yeah.
I
I get what you
know.
mean.
I
Because
really
I did
thought so.
I did feel like the scene was pretty good because the emotions both Louis and Lestat gave us by just staring at each other were so powerful.
It was really
Like
powerful.
their eyes so watery, and then we see Gabriella scene. She's not the center of attention anymore. But I do agree that it could have been a montage similar to what they did with Lestat and Gabriella's transformation. It could have worked to Lestat
Yes.
remembering their years in New Orleans as this newlywed couple. But
Hmm.
I don't know, budget reasons, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just critical. I guess I like the song. I just wanted something more. And
Yeah.
then
Another
uh
well for me is the Montreal thing. Like again, I don't have anything against Canada. I don't have anything against Montreal, but it doesn't fit in the story. Why
it
isn't the
doesn't.
concert in San Francisco or in New Orleans? Because I get New Orleans is more important for Lestat than San Francisco is. So
Yeah.
why is he in Montreal? And I actually think this episode was written for New Orleans, but maybe they couldn't go there and they had to shoot in Montreal, and they had to move everything to Montreal. And it feels so out of place to just set the story in such a random place. Like, why? I hate that.
Yeah.
That is a very
It's
unwell to me.
yeah, it's cheap. That I think that's the answer, is that it was just cheaper than moving everybody to New Orleans or San Francisco. So, yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
But
AMC, come
But
on.
but Chris saying they lie about their visit in the trial scene we didn't get. Yes, I mean we still have
Yeah.
one episode left, but I was expecting to see the trial revisited after all the
Yes.
theories we had, and after because in the Vampire Lestat the trial gets revisited, and it's
Yeah.
important to know how Lestat wasn't really involved in it, and in
Yeah.
here is like we need to believe that Lestat was actually on board with killing Claudia. Like
I
then
don't think
why?
I think they were trying to more be like that he chose Louis over her, which yeah, he would. He would choose Louis over
Yeah,
her. Yeah.
he chose Louis over her. He saved Louis, but I don't think Lestat would have been on board with killing Claudia because I
No,
mean,
no, he had to choose. I think it was kind of a hostage situation.
But why wouldn't they revisit that? Like, we
I
have so
know
many
it's
questions, right?
very,
Like,
yeah, it's very ambiguous because
mhm,
the way Ghost Claudia talks to Lestat, it does seem like she was like, "Well, you were happy to like, applaud and see me gone." So I'm like, okay, I guess they're just gonna go with that because they want more of a reason for her to hate them both on
yeah,
more of an equal level. I don't know.
it's
I
shitty
don't.
because, I mean, Sam, I don't know if that was in the script, but Sam made all of these off movements when he was on stage. Like, sometimes he was
Yeah.
just like looping, or his eyes were like unfocused, and everything was for nothing apparently.
Well,
So I don't know.
no, no, no. But there was also the part where he goes, "You have no idea of Claudia's strength." So,
Yeah,
and they're like,
in the
they're
rehearsal.
rehearsing, and he's like, yeah, like he's not happy to be there. And then he's like, "You have no idea of Claudia's strength." So obviously something happened. No, so this is one of my unwells for the show is that this goes into the Lesmond relationship of why do Lestat and Armand have such a complex relationship, and we have not gotten that. And
Yeah,
I'm like, it's like everybody. So if I were a show only fan, I would just be like, oh, okay, they had like a weird like sexual situationship, but it's way more complicated than that. And I'm
and it
like,
would have been,
really?
yeah, it would have been so interesting because in the show, Armand like says that he chose the Coven over Louis because Louis never showed truly affection for Armand. So
Yeah,
imagine seeing Lestat arriving in Paris to also reject Armand again because he's
yeah,
actually looking for Louis. Like,
yeah.
that would have been so interesting to
This
explore.
No, that's like one of my favorite parts of the book is he's like coming to Armand and being like, "Listen, my family is here. Like, I need blood. Can you help me?" And Armand's like, "What do you mean your family's here? Like, who's this Louis? Oh, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna put you in a dungeon now." Maybe they're kind of putting that into like a modern day like story. Maybe that's what
I'm
they're
just
doing.
tired of the modern day
I
adaptations. Like,
know.
it's just that Interview with the Vampire was so good at adapting the story with all of the
Yeah.
changes they made that I
Yeah.
think we were let down with the way they adapted everything here in this
Yeah.
adaptation. Because, yeah, we haven't talked about Armand's sexual assault on the stat,
Hmm.
like the thing I
Yeah.
told you in the chat. Because in the books,
Yeah.
I don't know if they have this power here because they sort of have it, but it's not equal to the books. In the books, they have like this hypnotic power. They
Hmm.
seduce you and they made
Yeah.
you like fall in love with them. And Armand does that to Lestat, and Lestat is all focused on Armand, and then he starts drinking Lestat's blood, and then Lestat snaps out of it, and he realizes what's actually happening. He's being technically sexually assaulted by Armand, and he then, I remember, he beats the shit out of Armand.
Yeah.
And I think they adapted that with a revenge porn video, like the way Armand just crossed that boundary and Lestat feels so violated. I think it's some sort of adaptation of that part of
Yeah.
the book.
I think, I wasn't sure when you told me that because I was like, I feel like that's kind of stretching a lot of things, but you might be right that that was their own way of doing that because I really don't think that they would have Armand on this show essay anyone. I really
Yeah.
do, especially after actually showing us the Magnus scene. Like
Mhm.
I, I, I don't think that they would go that far because like they still want to sell his merch and like they still want to sell his merch and he does have a lot of fans. He's a fan
Yeah.
favorite, so I'm like, I
I
don't
mean, but that's
they're gonna
like
do
the
that.
point of these characters. But I understand that not everything can be
Yeah.
adapted on screen. Like, that's
Yeah.
also why all of the characters were aged up because, I mean, most of their ages are pretty young to be on screen in
Yeah.
such an adaptation. So, yeah, I understand why they wouldn't adapt that scene so literally.
Yeah. So you might be right that this was kind of their own way of doing that. Um, but yeah, I really yeah, your thoughts on like Lestat and Nikki not getting fully adapted is kind of like how I feel about like Lestat and Armand not getting fully adapted. Like they're such a big deal, and it's like it just always get muddied too. Lestat
They
again
didn't
for
even
Bella.
revisit the Children of Darkness stuff. I was so expecting to
Don't
see
even
that.
talk to me about that. I still see people using that scene in their Nikki Stott edits, and I kind of like cringe a little bit because Lestat looks so ridiculous. He looks like enormous and like he's vampired already, and Nikki's just like hanging out with him. I'm like, that didn't happen. Y'all, that
So,
didn't happen. And they showed that as a flashback, and I'm like, no, Nikki was not happy when he came back. Like
and it
I thought
actually
that was
makes sense because when Lestat rescued him after the whole Children of Darkness stuff, Nikki is mad at him because he's been noticing the changes of Lestat. So it doesn't
it doesn't make any
make
sense.
sense.
Like
Yeah,
no, no, it doesn't make it's like how can he be like oh yeah like the whisper in my ear blah 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 and then the next scene he's just like oh yeah we're gonna play that game where you lie to me like it just seems like it would come out of nowhere.
yeah,
And it's like I feel like they're like making up for those parts by having Nikki like the hallucination. Like it's like they're trying to like make up for all the flashbacks by having these like hallucination version. I know. I
they
don't like
did
it either.
it.
But I know I don't like it either, but that's how it feels. If it
Yeah,
feels like they're like, okay, we know you didn't get all the flashbacks you wanted, so here's like hallucinations of the characters you like so that, you know, you'll be happy. Sorry. It's like we got a little cake that said I'm sorry and it has hallucination Nikki on it.
I don't like your cake. I mean, I do love hallucination Nikki, but not this way. Tamaki here
Yeah.
is saying the prudent thing would have been to have filmed the real scenes during season 2. Yeah, that would have been cool because they wouldn't have to like rebuild sets and all of that. They could have just shot the actual stuff in that moment. But yeah,
I
I
would have
don't
been
think they
cool
were
with a
expecting.
yeah.
I don't think
I
they
would
were
have been
expecting to get such a big budget cut. So
yeah. I mean, I would have been cool with a green screen. I mean, even if it's not going to look like super pristine, like just do it. Just do the bad sets and the not sorry, not bad sets, the low budget sets and low budget costume, the green screen. I don't care. The actors are phenomenal, so they
yeah.
could have pulled it off. So
Hmm.
it's kind of annoying because I do love the show as a show.
As a
I
show.
like I yeah, as a show, I think it's phenomenal. I think
Yeah.
I'm having a blast. I am like so intrigued every episode I go in and but as an adaptation, it's not good.
No, it's
And
not.
that's how I
And
feel about it.
the first two seasons are good. I mean, to me, even with all the changes, the first two seasons are a good adaptation of the first book.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
one, it is not. Sorry.
No. No. Um so uh oh, I wanted we didn't really get to talk about Claudia's Ghost because we started talking about Merrick and then we started talking about Lockwood Farm. But I do want to say they fucking nailed that scene. Like
They did.
that was the best adaptation we have gotten of the books, I feel.
Yeah.
Like I feel like with like you said seasons 1 and 2 is like they hit a lot of like the beats, but
Hmm.
for an actual scene from the books, I felt like the that Claudia's ghost scene felt
Yeah,
exactly how it felt in the book, and it's not even word for word, and that's what made it so good. And
exactly.
yeah, and then Delaney's acting on top of that, and
Elaine's
oh my
acting was
god,
phenomenal. Phenomenal. Like,
when she cried for Madeline, I was like choking up. Like that was the first time I legitimately cried in this show
yeah,
because you can feel it.
I actually couldn't even cry. I was just shocked. I was just like,
Yeah,
wow, this is really her. Like, it was so
yeah,
shocking to see. And I was going to say
yeah,
something about her. My gosh, I forgot what I was going to say. So yeah, it was such a brilliant thing.
yeah,
And oh, I remember. Like, I do feel she. I mean, I would have liked for Claudia to tell more things to Lestat because she really
yeah,
emphasized on her hatred towards Louis. But I understand why because Lestat and Claudia, sorry, always like rejected Lestat. She always showed him how much she
yeah,
despised him. But with
yeah,
Louis, she always like tried to make him think she loved him and that he was his favorite. And so Lestat always knew Claudia had her issues with him, but Louis didn't. So I
Yeah.
think that's why Claudia like tried to focus more on Louis, because she never got the chance to tell Louis the actual truth about her feelings. And mind you, I do think Claudia in a way lost both of them.
Oh,
But
she
you
does.
know, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
some sort of love and hate. But after
Mhm.
everything she went through and after suffering, like in the afterlife, as being stuck without her soulmate, what else could she say? She can
Yeah.
come and tell you, I love you. Like, that is not
Yeah.
realistic.
So the reason I think that it was necessary for Louis was because of the whole thing with Lestat and Gabriella, that this was kind of supposed to like parallel that. Like I
Mhm.
said, let's like these two relationships, these two really messed up familial relationships and coming to like a weird closure. And in the Merrick book, it is like it's like a big shocking thing when she, because at the point we're not sure, whether she's a really Claudia or not, but she is telling Louis like, oh, I just used you, like I never loved you, like she's says these horrible things that are so bad that it made him go into the sun.
Yeah,
And so and it's very shocking because it's like we knew that she hated Lestat, but to hear these things about like that, like she
Louis.
didn't. Yeah, I think it was actually BGTF said something, that, yeah, that the Merrick scene was the most faithful to the source
Mhm.
material. And Grant, I haven't like gone back and read that scene recently, but the
I actually
feeling.
read it today. I read
Oh,
it
you
today, and
did?
yeah, because I
Okay.
need to connect with it, and it is so accurate. And it's actually
Yeah.
because for many people, this is why they don't like Claudia, because they say, "Oh, Claudia is this big manipulator and all of that." But that's why I love her,
She's the
because she
perfect
made,
vampire.
yeah, she made the best out of her life that she could. Like, she was
Yeah.
born a monster. She didn't get to develop
She
as a
did
human
not.
being. So
No,
she only
no.
knows how to act as a monster. That's why I love her so much.
Yeah.
Besides, what would you expect from a child that was turned into a monster against her will? Like, would
Yeah.
you expect her to be devoted to her parents and to pay them all the respect? No, you expect her
Yeah.
to be revengeful against them. That's why I love Claudia so much, and I actually think Claudia is one of the best vampires ever written, both in
She
the books
is.
and in the show. Is such an
Yeah.
amazing character.
She really is, because she was. I mean, there's a reason for the law. There's a reason for the, like, don't turn children, is because like
Yeah.
she was turned at a teenager and now she's got these emotions that will never go away. And so, so she says these like really messed up things, and it's like, oh gosh, why is she saying, it's like, dude, she has no filter, like she can't turn that up, like she she
Yeah.
was born and like grew up with that rage her entire life. So the fact that she made it as far as she did, I think, is pretty amazing. I think
Yeah.
she's a very
Amazing.
strong character for being able to make it as far as she did as a
And
child vampire.
Lestat's expression before Claudia talked about Madeleine, Lestat was looking so proudly at her, like he was looking with such a great admiration at her. I really expect them to adapt a line of Claudia was my dark child, evil of my
Hmm.
evil, because it would resonate so much with everything that Claudia said in that scene. Like she was
Hmm.
really like the evil seed Lestat left in this world. Like she was
Yeah.
really the most monstrous thing Lestat ever created, and it's such a good line from the books. I hope they are adapted in the last episode, I guess, because it's the last thing we get.
Yeah. I like people have been taking screenshots of Lestat's face when Louis goes, well, "What about the things you should be thankful for?" And then it pans to Lestat, and
What?
he's like, "No, no, no." Like, you know, that they are a match made in hell, because Lestat of all people is looking at his ex and like, "What are you saying?"
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's It's insane. And I actually like that from Louis because Louis is pretty similar to his mother. And I know
Yeah.
he isn't aware of that, but the way Louis talked to Claudia in that moment felt very similar to the
Mm,
way his mother talked to him when Paul died. Like that's some sort of
yes.
rejection. It's
Oh,
like Mama
that's.
Dulac all over again.
I didn't even think about that. That's a really good point. Oh man.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, y'all. I really love Louis' arc in this season. I was worried about it, but I think they did a really good job. I'm so glad he's not on some dumb side quest and like
Yeah.
just because I thought that the whole thing was gonna be him going on this revenge thing, and I was gonna be like, ugh, like
I do think they would have made the Regina scenes more off screen. Like, I think they made those scenes too long for my taste. But
mm.
yeah, it's been a good arc for him and for his development.
The show likes to shock us, and so I think that's why those scenes were in there. Is like they really want to they really like the shock effect.
Shock us
For
with the
better,
past. Shock us with the
shock us,
past.
shock us with their Lumond Stott threesome sex
Yeah,
scene,
like
sex tape.
I'm tired of the present. I need to be depressed and remembering
Shock
the past,
us
please.
with actually showing us Devil's Minion. Shock us, shock us.
Exactly. There's so much ways of shocking us without being something completely new for the story.
Yeah,
But yeah,
we just got to pretend that that's something not at all we want to see, and then they'll show it.
and I hope this doppelganger stuff is just something for this season and that's it. I hope they don't create like this universe of doppelganger where everyone has like a double. Like, oh,
It
why?
is
No,
really weird. It is
I don't
really
want that.
weird. I think that the whole reason was to set up for Till, the body thief.
Yeah,
So
I was
that
okay with Jarda, but now with Regina as well. And what next time we going to see Lestat interacting with Louis's doppelganger, or Marius has like a twin adopted doppelganger of Armand. Like, what is happening with all of the doppelganger stuff?
What? Marius has a what now?
Imagine Marius adopting like some sort of twin that is similar to Armand, like a doppelganger of
Oh,
Armand, and Marius just
like
has him
Alan.
around. Like,
Oh,
no, please, I don't want that.
yeah. That is the whole doppelganger thing is really weird. And I was thinking that Alex was going to be in some part of that, but I think he's just another Brycean looking dude. Um, So
Yeah.
anyway, all right. I think I've said all I want to say. Um, do you have anything else you
Yeah,
want to talk
I
about?
wanted to also mention that the whole park scene, even though it was nice before they were beheaded, it also felt a bit of anticlimactic after everything they saw of Claudia. Like,
Mm,
I understand because since they already adapted the whole Louis suicide stuff for Claudia, they couldn't repeat that. And they went
mm-hmm.
for the funny part. But it felt like after seeing how your daughter is suffering, how alone she is, you're going to take a stroll in the park and be like, well, yeah, that was it. There's nothing more we can do. How about if we make out? Like, it didn't sit right to me. It was a good scene, but I
Yeah,
think it wasn't the right moment to do that. I don't know.
yeah. I think it should have been Lestat's turn to comfort Louis for sure, because Louis comforted Lestat when it came to Gabriella. Then
Yeah.
it should have been
And
the
Lestat
other
is
way
the one
around.
that brings Louis back to life in Merrick. I mean, he gives
Mm-hmm.
Louis his blood, so they could have shown something like that, but no.
Yeah, I didn't think about that because I actually kind of liked that scene. How they were both like, I think they were just First of all, it's been a really long night. This all happened
Yeah,
in one
in
night.
a single night. Yeah.
So I kind of like how they did all of this, and by the end of it, they were just so done that they didn't even have any more emotion anymore. So I kind
Yeah.
of liked that actually, how they were just like, what are we gonna? It was like, and then Lestat's like, why do we even do this? And Louis like, because what else are we gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
why not? I guess like we're just terrible, and that's why we're made for each other. Oh God, I hope they. I know they're gonna be Endgame, but AMC, please renew this show so we can see that. Oh gosh.
Well,
All right. So,
yeah,
do you
I
have
think
anything else?
no, I think I'm done. I agree
Okay.
with Bandrix here. Like we see Marius in the last episode. I also think we're going to see Marius in Lestat's
Mm.
concert. I also have the feeling that we might see something of Akasha. I don't know. I think they're going to end
We
the
have
season
to.
with, yeah, with something of
We have
Akasha.
to.
Like
Yeah.
the book ends that way with that big cliffhanger. They need to end it similar because it is a big cliffhanger in the book.
Yeah, they need to do something with Gabriella. I don't think they should kill her because I'm really tired of like female characters just being treated as these like evil cartoonishy villains. So I do hope that she does get a redemption of some kind. I don't think it's going to happen in the next episode, but I hope
Oh
what
no!
I do hope, but what I do hope is that she does get a taste of her own medicine in the next
Yeah,
episode. I,
yeah,
I hope
that
that
would be
she
good.
does get
Hmm.
some kind of like awakening or some kind of like, oh my gosh, like what am I doing with my life?
Yeah,
Something that really speaks to her so that we can freaking like this, not like, but feel something for this lady already. Because that's my problem is that she can be evil, but I want there to be something that I feel for her aside from that.
exactly. That's why I don't like the
Yeah.
character because she feels so flat. Like that's
Yeah.
everything they have to tell about her, and it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like a Asian character because Unrise's characters are evil, but they are also very complex. So
Yeah,
that's
she's not
why,
complex.
yeah,
And
no,
that's my
at all.
issue. Yeah.
Because I
It's
mean,
like,
they want you to empathize with her because Hannah Moscovich has said that she was taken at 15 to marry Lestat's dad and all of that. But we only know that because they have mentioned it in interviews. They didn't show that. So
what woman in the 1700s didn't go through that though? That doesn't make an
yeah,
excuse. Like, I mean, like they're taught
absolutely.
like, okay, oh boo hoo, like you experienced misogyny. Oh no. I'm
Big
sorry.
shock.
So did Claudia, and I and I actually like her. I love her, in
Yeah,
fact, evil and all. So, like, oh boo-hoo. Like, come on. And it's like I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
need anything for that. That's why we needed her trans arc, is because it's like, okay, now we can understand better why she's more sympathetic. Okay, I know we're going in we're going in a circus here. We've been down this lane.
yeah.
Yeah,
But before we go, now that I was thinking about the vampires that go to the concert in the books,
mhm.
I don't know. This thought came to me, but I don't know if it makes sense. What if that dude with the hat is Kaiman? Like,
He's
Kaiman
white.
was.
Kaiman's
Sorry?
not white. Kaiman's not white.
That's why I was like, wait, but why would be Kaiman a white dude? But I mean, if he had to
No.
be someone relevant for them to show him in the teaser. I hope it's a book character and not just some random OC for the
It's
show.
Antoine. He finally made it.
I mean, President Antoine, I guess.
No. No.
Or
I
how
am.
do you say the name of Marius's bestie druid? I say Mael, but I don't know
Oh,
how to say that name.
Mael. Mael.
Mael? Okay.
Mael.
Could be
I
him
say it that
too.
way. I say it
Okay.
that way. It could be Mael.
Mael. Okay. I just didn't know how to pronounce it in English. It could be him too. I just hope it's someone relevant and not just a new character for the
Oh,
show.
you know what character we haven't gotten yet? Santino.
Santino. Big
Where is he?
character. And Samri loves him. Samri has told that he loves Santino. So
Yeah. Why have we not
that would
gotten
be
Santino
interesting.
yet? Like
Yeah.
he's pretty big in the Vampire Lestat. Wait, isn't he?
I don't
Or is
think.
that it? I know he's big in the Vampire Armand because he was the one
Yeah,
who gave Armand his name when
but
he
I don't
joined the
think.
Children of
No,
Darkness.
it was actually Alessandra, the one that gave Armand her name. It was not
Really?
Santino. Yeah,
I
it was Alessandra.
swear it was Santino.
Well, I don't remember, but I don't know that Alessandra was like this maternal figure to Armand, so I think it was her, the one who named him. But Santino also made a big part in what Armand is right now. So yeah, Santino
Mm.
is a big character for Armand's backstory.
Yeah, it might just be a red herring. It might not be an important character at all. Honestly, I kind of have a feeling because they were just like showing him for a second. But it looked like he was in like 1910s ish
Do you think
out.
so?
Yeah, because he's like wearing a
Oh, the
hat and a
outfit you mean? The outfit you
yeah,
mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm curious by is like why are we getting a flashback now? Well, actually, it could be any reason, but it seems like Lestat's gonna go through like some kind of weird mindscape while he's dead.
Hmm.
Because of the
That's
in the trailer where he's got his little book out and he's like writing down the bird,
yeah,
he's birding, and
yeah.
then like
And
the
there's
Daniel
the
coming
scene,
down.
yeah, the scene on the
Yeah,
table. I'm so
yeah.
excited for that scene.
So that's probably Lestat going through like a weird like dreamscape while he's dead. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
look at that. Yeah, dead. And then there's also like I'm more curious about like these waiters like going to like a mansion or something.
I don't
Is
know
like
because they've been mentioning that like that the concert is going to be in the roof, and the waiter seems like to be in some sort of wood place, but they rehearsed like in some sort of concert stuff. So I don't know the
yeah,
whole concert thing. I'm
there's
intrigued.
a bunch of like flat weird flashbacks. People are saying it's a Tom Oscar agent. You
Yeah,
know who it could be? Aaron Leitner. We haven't gotten him yet.
like they erased Aaron Leitner in the Mayfair Witches. I mean, why would they bring Aaron Leitner and not David Salvo? That wouldn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
that is really
David
true.
is so much bigger than Aaron. Aaron is in the Chronicles for like 2 seconds. He's much more relevant in the Witches. So why? I would be pretty mad if that happens.
All right. I'm running out of characters here. I
Yeah,
can't think of any
let's just
more.
wait and see who that could be. Because yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't make sense for him to be Kaima. But I do hope we get some Kaima because I love Kaima. He's
yeah.
so precious.
You know, I might just rewatch some of the. Well, I'm gonna rewatch all the episodes before the last one comes out because I feel like they give a lot more hints than we let
Mhm.
on. And also in the intro, there's a lot of hints of stuff to come.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the seance was in the intro with the lamps. I didn't even think
Hmm.
about that.
The scoop is also in the intro. The
Scoop.
scoop.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I got so annoyed because there were some people making videos about like, oh yeah, Akasha woke up because she was super annoyed with Lestat, and I'm like, whoa, 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 excuse me. That is her that is her favorite boy toy.
Yeah.
Do not start this Akasha hates Lestat. No, 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 no. Like
No,
that is her guy.
those 10
That's
years
her.
would be the best 10 years of Akasha. After living with Marius for like almost 2,000 years,
Yeah,
Akasha
no.
would have been.
Yeah, yeah, no, she was enjoying those tea parties. Like, do not even go there. Akasha's evil, and she is going to be absolutely terrible to Lestat, and I will love her for it. I will
Yeah.
be so there for it. And God, I hope they do that relationship right. I will be so mad if
I'm
if they
scared for
don't.
Akasha. No, not only for the relationship, for Akasha as a character overall, because I think they're
Hmm.
going to romanticize her a bit too much. Like in the books, she is complex. She is this
Yeah,
big monarch, but she also does such terrible, terrible things. And I'm feeling like they're probably going to erase a bit of her, horrific stuff. But I don't know. We'll see what they do with her.
yeah. All right. I think that wraps it up for me
Yeah,
today.
me too.
Good luck. Good luck, everyone, for next week.
Going to be
Let's.
insane.
I wish I could like hold hands with you or something. Like the name of Lestat, in the
In the
name of
name of
Anne Rice,
Christ.
in the name of Anne Rice. Please have a good finale.
I can't
I
find a else.
Yeah, I have heard that it's very, very incredible. I've heard it's amazing. So
Okay, so
I
some people have seen it already.
I was talking to Ryan at the concert.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So he's one of the writers. So yeah,
Yeah,
he's seen it. And yeah, he didn't tell me anything else. He all he said was that it's incredible. So I'm really
that's just
excited.
Tom
Yeah,
is really good.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
then
yeah,
see you next week to
yeah.
talk about that.
Oh gosh, I'm not ready. All right, see you next week.
Well,
Bye,
see you.
y'all.
Bye.